our hands up when they guns drawn. They simply don't feel us. They wanna put 3 in our chest like the hiccups. Young, black, and gifted, and they still judge me. I can give a damn as long as my daughters love me. Bridges burn, you can hear it in my cadence. Tell a man the truth, be quick to say that you hate him. They think it happens overnight. Nah, it takes patience. These women come forth, family gods in his paper. Never judge before you love. Guilty before innocent when you the same color as us. German engineering when I steer it. Always run directly towards it, even when you fear it. The stress get heavy, especially when you near it. I'm talking about your goals, and when you feel it in your soul, you close.
Hey son, you are the best thing that could have ever happened.
Mom Deuce. Yo, shout out to Jers. Shout out to Slim, aka Slim Mucho, aka Lil Bro, aka Jers. And welcome to another episode of the Marlon vs. Marlon podcast. And I'm your boy Marlon.
And I'm your boy Marlon.
Join us as two childhood friends go back and forth, argue, debate, fight, sometimes maybe even agree on everything from sports, pop culture, and everything in between.
On today's episode, we got live calls, the whole episode front to back.
Oh.
So, we've been appreciate all the support. Chad, we're gonna get you on soon. So, just appreciate all the support, all the love. If you're watching on Facebook Live, you can follow us, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and listen. But we're about to get into these calls. Our first guest, as you can see, I got the Aztecs jersey on, throwback.
There you go.
We used to, I don't want to say smash you guys, your class, but
Who?
05.
The Aztecs?
No, the Highlanders.
Oh my gosh, still can't.
I'm just gonna throw that out there. But without further ado, one of my good friends, all the way from Germany. This man woke up at 2 a.m. just to be on this live with us. So, glad to see him a part of the podcast. And man, welcome, man. How you doing?
Richie Rich.
What's up, dog? What's up, my man Marlon? Marlon Williams.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
MP3 was good, dog.
What's good, bro? How you been?
Man, I'm doing good, man. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man. Hey, you still need to sign my jersey, man. I mean, I have to tell you so many times, it's gonna be worth a lot of money someday, man. So
I didn't even know you had it. You sold it.
Hey, no lie. Right before we called you, I said, man, I gotta ask Richie for a jersey for the man cave, bro. I got Malcolm sending me one, Lance sending me one. I need one of yours, man. I don't care where it's from, what country, if it was college, whatever. I need one. But now I know he had to steal
I
it.
got you, man. For Marlon, little Marlon.
well, hey, man.
You want me that jersey?
You gotta be quicker than that. Yeah, man. But first off, before I want to get into anything, I know that you were actually very close with Major Mooch. You were. If it wasn't for really you and your relationship with him, I would have never met him so early as I did, and I knew him back when he was just Major, and then from there he, got all his nicknames and everything. So if you can, please tell everybody what he meant to you and some of your best memories of Mucho.
Man, I've known Major since he was about 6 years old.
Yeah.
He played on my mom's basketball team. She was a coach at Spring Valley American. He was on her team. And then my mother and his father, became really close friends. We started playing Pop Warner together. His dad used to pick us up every morning on weekends, take us to games. And, he lived right up the street from me and, Spring Valley Mooch. So if you lived in Valley, you know who he was.
Exactly.
And, him playing basketball on my mom's team since grade school and everything like that, we were more like family than we were friends. And, of course, you guys know what he meant to the community. So, rest in peace, Big Mooch, Major. But, it was a tough one, man.
Yeah.
Even being far away, I was able to feel the energy, back home. Everybody sending their condolences and, trying to live their life, through Mooch and for Mooch, man. So
Yeah.
rest in peace to Mooch and condolences to his family and everybody that was affected by his death.
Yeah.
For sure. You can't mention Spring Valley. You can't say you spent some time there or you from there if you don't know Mooch. That's a fact.
That's Mooch. That's
Yeah.
the first name you dropped when you go to Spring
Exactly.
Valley.
Yeah,
exactly. It was crazy.
I know Major, I'm good.
Yeah. It's crazy because Huss was over my house. He actually was out here for his daughter's cheerleading thing, and we had just talked and everything. And I just told him, I said, I think it's good that you, Manny, Mooch, and D Big, you guys all stayed so close throughout the years and stuff. And he was just like, yeah, like those are like, they just my brothers. And so it's just kind of crazy. And I know him died. Just all the people that were very close to him, they definitely are feeling it. But and mom too, can't forget, moms and everything. So, but yeah, man, it definitely like hit the community pretty hard. And like I said, it wasn't for you. I'm sure I might have knew of him, but we used to kick it with him, like in high school and stuff. So, it's just,
And most importantly, condolences to his brothers, his brothers, and his father, man. And the three of us being fathers, man. That's
Absolutely.
the worst news you want to get. Is
Right.
Your child didn't make it home for whatever reason.
right.
And so condolences to his siblings, direct siblings,
Right.
and his mother and father.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man. So we have. I had a request from a friend, and he heard that you were coming on, and he wants to hear your top 5 favorite basketball players of all time. Now he just told me right now that it was actually Aztecs, but I didn't get that memo of the Aztecs. I thought it was just players of all time. So if you can shoot off the top of the dome your top 5 favorite Aztecs, cool. If not, you can just do the top 5 favorite basketball players of all time.
Sure, I'll go Aztecs.
Okay.
Number 1 for me it's no particular order.
Right.
I'll just go 5. But I got Brandon Heath for sure.
He.
Bucket.
Brandon Heath,
Yeah.
Marcus Slaughter,
Yeah.
Lorenzo Wade,
So.
Malcolm Thomas for sure is in there. What is that,
And
4?
you got it. I think you already know who your last one is.
Me?
Yeah. No, not you. Kawhi.
I would have said you.
I mean, you make a good 6. I mean, you can't forget Kawhi, man. So.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But I mean, and I mean, there was a ton of greats. You got DJ. I mean, there's a ton of greats that came through San Diego State. So.
Brandon Heath, there's no surprise for me that was the first name. Brandon Heath was a bucket.
Yeah.
And he was probably what 2-3 years older than you, because he was a year or 2 older than me. And I used to watch him play. Man, he was from right up the road.
Yeah, he was a junior my freshman year.
Okay, yeah, so he would have been a year older than me. Yeah.
Yeah, man. So, but these playoffs is getting ready to start, man. If you could just put anything on, like, what team do you think could come out of all this? We see what Damian Lillard's doing. You can't count out the Lakers with LeBron, and then you see what the Bucks have done all year. Is there a team that sticks out to you that you think could win it all?
That could win it all. So of course, man, you got the 2 in the West. You got the 2 teams from LA.
Yeah.
I think the Rockets have a small chance, depending on what seed that they get and who they end up matching up with. They can beat anybody on any given night, but I think the Clippers going to be a super tough matchup for them.
Yeah.
It's a problem. They're so deep.
They got too many people they can throw at Russ and Harden, to at least make it hard on them. And plus, them guys are going to have to play defense on both ends. And to beat them 7 games is going to be tough. But I think surprised. I like to, my hot take would be Portland.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm nervous, man, about this round 1. I'm nervous because Rondo could come back. We don't know when. But you got Avery Bradley, the guy probably the one guy on that team that could hold. I don't know about. He can at least hold to his best ability.
Make it tough.
Yeah. For the 2 guards. So, I mean, KCP, yeah, here and there. J.R. Smith, no. LeBron's not holding either of those 2. So, I just look at the matchups, and those 2 matchups, I don't think we have anybody that can consistently. I mean, Caruso.
What I'll say about that matchup though is the one thing the Lakers do have in their favor is they got longer guys they could throw at them. So everybody that they're going to throw at them, aside from a Quinn Cook, is going to have a height advantage and a reach advantage on those two.
Mm-hmm.
So even though they're not going to stop them they go get 30. You know what I'm saying? And really in that matchup, you got to make sure nobody else goes off on you. You can't let Melo have 20.
Yeah.
You can't let
He's been playing
Nurkic.
good.
You can't let Nurkic get 18 to 25 on you because then now if they ain't go for 40, it's a wrap. Or now if CJ get hot, it's a wrap. So
That's what I think the kid is. I think the kid is CJ. You know, because we've been raving about what Dame is doing, but CJ has been sleepwalking. I don't know what's going on with him.
Yeah.
You know, he can't throw a rock in the ocean right now.
yeah,
And in order for Portland to do what they're supposed to do, CJ got to do his job because I'm afraid that Dame's going to get burnt out.
Yeah.
it's possible.
You know what I mean? He's playing NBA Finals intensity right
Yeah.
now in the playoffs.
I mean, 61.
Just to get into
Yeah.
the playoffs.
So we'll see how it all plays out.
It's interesting though.
Yeah, we'll definitely see how it all plays out. I think we were talking about it earlier. Portland they got to win out to get in essentially, and then you got that play-in game. So I mean, the East is already set, but we got to see what's going on with the West. So, but yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting to see how it all plays out. But yeah, other than that, man, you got anything else you want to say before we?
I got a
go
question
ahead.
for you, man, before you get out of here. Who's the best guy? I know you've played in a lot of different leagues around the world, played at in the Mountain West. Who is the best guard that you played against as far as college and pro ball? Or maybe played with?
What was his name? It's like a Puerto Rican cat, something. Like Scotty Machado. Where did he go to school at? I want to say he went to like North Carolina or something like that. But it's between him and college. Patty Mills was tough.
Patty Mills is a problem.
He was so damn fast, it could change direction and stop at the dime. I was looking at him like, when is his knees going to get on? Because he was running that fast with me and there was like Reggie Bush out there.
Yeah.
I mean, those are probably the two. Because most guys I play against are bigger than me, so they're not necessarily faster than me. So the type of guys that I have guarding are, you know, the ones that are quick like me. And remind me, now it makes sense why people get angry when they have to guard me.
Yeah, why you was such a hard guard, yeah.
It's like, damn, let me give him some space so he don't run right by me.
Exactly.
No, for sure.
It's probably those two guys, man.
Yeah.
Okay, bet.
Well, shoot, that's what's up, man. We appreciate you for coming on, man. And you got any last words before you get out of here?
Hey, I'm proud of y'all, man.
Appreciate
I'm really
it.
proud of what y'all doing. I'm tuning in every week. Little Marlon be on my ass about it. You know?
Hey, he be on mine too, don't worry.
Hey, man, hey, last thing too, man. Hey, put the stuff on YouTube. I like to watch it in the morning when I'm drinking my coffee and breakfast. You know.
Hey, did he put you up to this?
Nah, for real. Because I'll be texting him, telling them because I feel like I'm engaging with y'all. Like I'm in the room with y'all while I'm sitting out eating breakfast.
Right.
Watching it on YouTube and stuff.
That's what's
You
up.
know,
That's what's up.
But other than that, man, I'm proud of what y'all doing. I love y'all, man, and y'all the only people I'm waking up at 2:30 in the morning to do a podcast show for.
Hey,
I appreciate
that's
you, man.
real. We appreciate that, bro. For real. Love.
I'll be calling you next week to wake up again.
Not next week. We're not gonna do this back to back to you like that. But I'm gonna hit you, man, about one of them jerseys. I need one, man. Whether I gotta go home and see Raymond for it or what, I'm gonna try to make it happen.
I got you, bro, for real.
All right, man.
All right, man. Appreciate you coming on.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Man.
Shout out to Richie. And he ain't lying. He was one of the hardest people I had to guard. And I'm talking about, I would rather, this might sound crazy to some of y'all listeners that don't know Richie. Richie was a harder guard for me to cover.
Well, but you're also...
But that's what I'm saying. Then Russell Westbrook and Darren Collison on that UCLA team. I would rather guard one of them two any day than Richie Williams. No lie. Just because it was a size thing with them. And like Darren Collison was a good matchup for me. Russ was way more athletic, but even then, I'd rather guard any of them over Richie. No lie.
I mean, he's. I mean, I've seen him pretty much his whole career, and just to see the way he is just quick. He can shoot. He can do this and he can do that. My dad had the biggest issue because when he was at San Diego State, and this is his words, Fisher didn't allow him to be Richie. He didn't allow him to just be what he was at Steel Canyon, and it's like he kind of altered his game to be like this passing point guard, which he can still do that. He can still, not necessarily. Every once in a while, he would get the double team, but
Right.
so that's just.
And Richie was there at a tough time too when he had a lot of guys around him that could score.
Yeah.
That's the tough part as a scoring point guard. You still got to balance it. Like unless you put up 50 balls like Dame, but even Dame when he had 60, he still had 9 assists. So
Right.
And in college, it's just not. It don't work like that.
Yeah.
Like, you're not getting that many possessions.
Right.
It's not going down.
All right, so we're going to keep it rolling. I did forget to ask. I did last week. I did forget to, because it was the 36th episode, I forgot to do the best player to wear number 36 and the best player to wear number 6. So we're actually going to do that now in a segment with Carlin.
Yo.
What's going on, man? How you doing?
Good. What's up?
Man, we doing good, man. We
Carlito's
chilling.
way.
We can't complain, man.
Hey, what's up?
What up, bro?
Hey, so before we get started, I need the best player to ever in any sport of all time to wear number 6, number 7 for the and then 36.
JaVale McGee, 7.
6, 7, 36, and 37.
Number six. Most people are gonna go with Bill Russell. I never seen him play. That was back in the black and white days. So I'm gonna go LeBron.
Yeah.
Even
So
though
I got.
he only worked for about 4 years. Number 7. Everyone's gonna say Pistol Pete once again. I didn't see him play, so I'm gonna go with Melo. And
That's
actually,
what I
the
got.
dark horse for number 7 for basketball is
Better not
you are gonna laugh, but Kyle Lowry.
I knew you was gonna say that, man. Nah, man. Kyle Lowry has one good game every 8 games.
No.
He's talking about regular season Kyle Lowry. Gotta be.
Check this out with Kyle Lowry.
All right.
Kyle Lowry and DeMar DeRozan, they were always the top 1, 2, or 3 seed in the East, right?
Right.
Then they would get spanked by LeBron in the Eastern Conference Finals. Boom. He gets Kawhi, they win the championship. Kawhi leaves, they're still the number 2 seed. What's the common denominator?
What's the common denominator?
Hey, you gotta put some respect on his name.
Pascal Siakam.
Spicy P.
All right. Who you got for 36 and 37?
All right, so let me go football for number 7. Football, I'm going Mike Vick. Easy.
Oh yeah,
Mike Vick. We got a John Elway on the chat too.
Yeah, and Chad he
Yeah,
next.
yeah.
So he,
I understand the Elway, but Vic, that whole Michael Vick era, that Michael Vick experience was different.
yeah.
No, for sure. He changed how. Well, I can't say he changed, but he evolutionized again what the guys before him did. What's his name in Philly? You should know this. What was the quarterback in Philly?
McNabb?
No, McNabb, but it was way back then. Never mind.
Yeah.
He's an Eagles fan. I thought he would know. Cunningham.
Yeah.
36, most people are going to go at Jerome Bettis if you go on football. I'm going to go Brian Westwood, Eagle running back.
Another Eagle.
Hey man, thanks for joining us. This was a good talk.
Hey, and then 37, the only person I can think of is Rodney Harrison.
Rodney Harris. I was trying to tell Marlon that he didn't even have it. I'm like, you a Charger fan? This is one of the best Chargers ever.
I got Artest. Artest is my guy. Elbow swinging.
Those are the only 2 I can think of that were
At 37.
I got one for you at 36. You might not have thought of him because he changed his number. The best safety to ever play football, even though it was a very short span, Sean Taylor.
Oh, yep. Yeah, I know him at 21 though.
He was 21.
He wore 36 first though. He switched to 21.
Yeah, he had 30. Yeah, I think someone had 21 at first.
Yeah. So yeah, man, what you want to talk about, man? I know you had sent me a message. You want to try to, I guess, make an argument for Dame Lillard being the best.
It's no argument. I'm just putting a stamp on it.
Man, I mean, with the way he's playing, I mean.
But the thing is, I've been saying this for about 3 or 4 years.
You didn't say it last time he was on the podcast.
Dame got to win.
We wasn't talking basketball last time. Here's the thing.
Okay.
All right. So the people that they bring up is Steph Curry or Kyrie Irving, right?
Right.
Switch Kyrie Irving if you switch them two teams, if Dame is in Cleveland with LeBron, they beat the Warriors that first year.
Well, I think in Kyrie's defense, if Kyrie's healthy that year, they probably beat him too.
What you just said, availability is the best ability. Kyrie's always hurt.
Facts.
He goes to Boston. He gets hurt.
Goes to Jersey, gets hurt. Or Brooklyn.
He goes to Boston. He gets hurt. The team starts playing better. That's funny.
Hey, I'll ask you this, Carlin, because you had actually posted this earlier. So, who is having a better season in the bubble so far, D Booker or Dame Lillard?
You have to go with Booker just because. Yeah. This is why everybody saw what Dame was talking about when they were talking about doing the bubble, and he was like, "I'm not going to play unless we have a chance to go to the playoffs." So everybody should have known that Dame was going to go crazy in the bubble. What we didn't expect, what nobody expected, is we might have expected Booker to do what he's doing, but not the certain team. Booker, he's out there facilitating, he's getting rebounds, he's playing defense. So I would have to go Booker slight edge.
This is 7-0. Hey, this is my argument for always gonna be my argument for basketball players and who's better, right? He is elevating the play of his team. To me, I don't care. Like Melo for so many years, I was a huge Melo fan, but he could never get his teams over the hump. A guy like Booker right now, he's doing that. You know what I'm saying? I talk about LeBron. LeBron he took teams that shouldn't be there to the finals. He did lose the one finals. The one mismatch I've ever seen in the finals to lose, it was LeBron. But
and I'll give you credit just because you've been saying that he needs to get out for years and years and years. He's been like I give you that credit. We've been talking about him like last year, so I give you credit.
Booker been a problem, bro. He's a walking bucket. He's 6'6", 6'7". He's tough to guard, and he can low key create for everybody else. He just don't have nobody else to create for.
It's not low key. D-Book is a young Kobe. I've been saying it for a few years as well. He's a young Kobe.
Yeah.
He's not just a shooter. He can post you up. If it's a mismatch, he's going to exploit it until the defense changes. Like, he'll go at you 7 times in a row until they make a switch.
Y'all are going to be mad at me for this. He's only, 22?
Yeah.
Maybe.
And maybe third year in the league? His skills...
He's like four.
Oh yeah, he got to be 4 or 5 because he just got an extension.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. He got his money. Yeah,
so it's probably
third
or fourth or fifth. But his ability, like Kobe's skill set is crazy because of his work ethic. Like you look at Kobe, like damn, he works like Kawhi. Like Kawhi kind of looks like a robot. It looks like he was born to play basketball. Everything he does is smooth. It doesn't look like he goes to the gym and works on a whole bunch of different drills.
And truthfully, really, at this point of Kobe's career, Kobe wasn't messing with D-Book at his career.
And I couldn't be the one to say that because y'all think
I know where you was going. I know where you was going because when you set it up perfect. I got you. But Jay, anything else you got to say, Carlin, before we get out of here?
Yeah, I have a question for both of y'all.
Let's go.
Right now, you're building a team. Booker or Tatum? Who are you taking?
Tatum. I've been screaming, saying Tatum will be top 3 in about 2 to 3 years. Tatum will be. He's getting better. He can defend. Not to say Booker can't, but Tatum is overall, all around, one of the best young players in this league.
I'm gonna take Luka, but to answer your question, I'm taking Booker. I'm taking D-Book.
That is a good question, though.
Because this is the only reason I'll say it. Not the only reason, but D-Book is doing it a lot on his own. Tatum has had the luxury of having other guys that could go score 30 if need be.
Tatum has had a better coach. He's had a better supporting cast.
It's tough to go out there by yourself, top player on the scout sheet every day, and still go out and put up 25, 30. So I'm going with
every game he got a new coach. He done had 3-4 coaches already.
Yeah, that's crazy.
True.
Get out of Phoenix, Book, and I can't get fined by the NBA for tampering. Get out of Phoenix.
Hey, Carlin, just want to let you know that somebody had yelled at me in my DM, mad at me because you got on for the second time and he didn't get on for the first time. So just want to let you know that you got people out there that's a little mad at me.
Like Cat Williams said, you got 4 haters right now, figure out your way to get 6. Haters go hate.
I feel you, man. Hey, appreciate you for coming on, man.
Yeah, keep doing what y'all doing. Love y'all.
All right,
bro.
you too, bro. Man, so God.
Some good questions, man. That's a good man. I mean, that's a good.
And I've been, you know me, I've been on Pauls. I've been on Tatum for a minute. So, you know, that's just my guy. I just feel like he can, but he does make good points. He does have a better team. He has a better coach. He has, you know, you just have a lot of weapons around you. And also, too, Jaylen Brown, he's always like.
I think a better comparison with Tatum would be how Kuzma's development is, because neither of those guys have been the top guy on the scouting sheet. They haven't been the man on the team, but we've seen each of them have bigger spurts. Obviously, Tatum has had more spurts and more, because he's had more opportunities. I think Kuzma's a guy who's coming off the bench, and I think it still deserves to be in that conversation though, because given 35 minutes a night, I think he'd be right there.
But also too, I think, and I'm gonna get into this next call, but shoot, Trae Young. You know, Trae Young and Devin. I mean, when you look at those two, obviously, and I know Trae's your guy. So,
my God.
Yeah, so I think that's honestly a better comparison. But we've got Chad coming on. He's been consistent with us for day one. He's a huge Nuggets fan. And
Mile High Chad.
What's going on, Chad?
What's going on, fellas? How y'all doing?
Hey, pretty good, man. What's going on with you?
Hey, man, chilling, bro. The show so far, fire. You know, your boy got me a little bit, though. I got to hear them all in that top five, bro. Come on, man. Anyone else throwing it off the backboard in the game?
Jamal Franklin was a problem.
Yeah, that's his boy. Like, they close. So, yeah, man. But it's and that's the thing. And surprisingly, Chad is a Aztecs fan, too. So it kind of makes me think he secretly does like the Chargers and the Lakers, because it's all, you know, Southern California.
Come on, bro. I was a fan for when Maul was there, bro. I look at the scoreboard every now and then still, but it wasn't disappointing lately ever since Maul and the X and Kawhi and them left.
Yeah. So what you got?
It was cold this year, though.
Yeah, they were solid. They had a good run.
So what you got to say about the NBA bubble?
Hey, man, real quick before I get to the bubble, I just wanted to kind of bring up this past weekend, man, and obviously, you know, congrats to you and your wife on the anniversary. I know you guys were out celebrating. But,
Appreciate you,
know,
bro.
Just watching sports this weekend, I mean, if you had an hour, 2 hours, or if you were able to sit there the whole day, it just felt so normal, man, to sit down and see baseball, and you can go through the golf. I'm not a big golf fan. If I put some money on it, I'll check up on it. But basketball, hockey, I mean, it just showed how sports, man, like you were able to just sit there on the couch and zone out and forget about the virus and forget about the politics and just everything going on, man. Like, you just realize, like, sports just brings that out of you. Like, you can just go into a spot and just forget about everything, man. Escape reality. I mean, sports, I'm talking to you because of the sports radio, bro. You just know me.
Exactly.
Big, regular size Marlon. You know, sports brought us together. We know people, the same people, and we can chop it up like we've been knowing each other for 20 years, bro. And that's sports, man. It ain't got no color. It ain't got no gender. It's just family, bro. You can just chop it up with a complete stranger. And it just felt good to have a weekend where life felt normal again.
Yeah.
It's been crazy the last, 5 months?
Yeah,
exactly.
Man, if y'all would have gave me the NBA from 1 p.m. to 10 p.m. during quarantine, I'd have been fine. Man. Let's not go back to work.
Exactly.
Let's keep it shut down.
Exactly. You wake up, and just imagine being on the West Coast. You wake up at like 9, 10. I was talking to my mom today, and she's like, oh, yeah, the Lakers play at like 10 or something like that. And I was just like, man, like that's something that I would want. But Chad, I'll ask you this. You're a big Nuggets fan. Michael Porter Jr. has been balling, so I know you about to, bring him up or anything. So is there a team that probably scares you in the West that you don't, match up with the best with?
See, I was just looking right now, so I'm trying to figure out what's about to happen. I'm looking at the spread, trying to figure out this Clippers game that's about to start. I'm looking at the matchups. I mean, you don't want to play Dallas because Lucas, you can go off at any time for 30, 40, and Porzingis is still there. He's still got, 20 in his back pocket. Utah scares me just because, Gobert and Jokic, man, that matchup, Jokic used to bully him, but now that he lost the weight, the other night, man, Saturday, that was, a primetime slate. Gobert was handling him, man, in the first half. Jokic had like 2 points. He came out, tore him up in the second half, and I loved it. But I think either way, in the West, man, is there really a good matchup? You can't really play it right. Every matchup is going to be a threat. Like we were just talking, Portland's the AC. The Lakers might go out round one.
Exactly. I'm nervous, man. I'm nervous.
Kind of like what I wanted to say about the bubble, man. Just watching it, I feel like bubble basketball. I don't know if it's because we haven't had it and it just came back and we're just so in love with it. It's looking real nice. Like without the fans, I think the refs are calling a better game. I think they're calling a more equal game. They're not leaning towards the home team. not leaning on certain things. He's able to show himself. If you're not a dog in the bubble, you're not hooping.
Yeah.
All the dogs
Yeah.
are coming out right now.
And
you're seeing it. And
Yeah.
it's so fair right now. And I just love the way it is. Obviously I'm a fan. I want to go to the game. But the influence the fans have on the refs, you can kind of see it. At first, I'm like, man, the refs are calling hella fouls. But I'm looking like, oh, they starting to call regular fouls like they should be calling. It's making players tighten up their defense, stop reaching, and they're calling travels. They're calling people stepping out, and we're seeing real basketball, and we're seeing all the dogs capitalize.
Exactly.
I was just gonna say to that point, I think it's harder actually in a bubble for the guys like LeBron, Kawhi, even Giannis to an extent, because
King.
yeah, that was crazy. But like you're seeing these guys who are maybe stars, but not the super duper stars, have these huge games, and I think part of that is because now they're able to get up for these games more than a LeBron, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's tough for LeBron to get up for a game at this point. Like he's like, man, I don't got no fans here. I don't have. And if you just come
getting
to
ready
play,
to have family soon, so
yeah. Shout out to the NBA for letting that
Yeah.
happen. For blowing up their bubble. I'm predicting it right now. It's going to ruin the bubble, but
Fact, bro. Fact.
he was just saying that.
yeah, I think it's going to ruin the bubble. But it is what it is. I like it for the players, but I don't like it for basketball.
Right.
Bro, who put that in motion, bro? Bron.
It had to be Bron.
Bron's pulling the strings behind the NBA, bro, and he's been crying the whole time. Like you just said, to your point, I can't get up. I ain't played in an empty gym since I was 4 years old. Like, man, get out of here, bro. That don't help. Just because there ain't no fans there don't mean you ain't got why. That's why you can't dribble. I mean, you dribbling off your leg. Like, you can see the work people put in. I mean, Bron is still the best in the league, but you see the way Kawhi goes out there. Kuzma had a big game. I mean, it's different with no fans, but you still got to bring it, and now they're bringing families into it. And like you said, I mean, it's hard. I was a truck driver, so I understand, but it's hard being away from your family at that period of time.
Yeah.
But shit, man, if I'm getting 5, 10, 20 mil, I'm gonna tell the kids I'll see you.
Yeah, I see you in a little bit.
Daddy gonna bring home something nice, man.
Yeah.
You know, 'cause now you might mess up. The postseason might get trashed because someone's cousin or aunt or mom or sister was hanging out at a family cookout,
Yep.
and now they brought the virus to the bubble, and now the whole damn city ruined, man.
And they just did another round of testing and 0 positive tests, so I think that's dope too. But we'll see about that. But last thing, Chad, before we get you on out of here, 6, 7, 36, and 37 best players. Who you got?
Man, I mean, 7 is Elway. I hear Vic, but come on, bro. John Elway is the man.
Yeah.
36, I'm going Sean Taylor too. I remember when he first got that jersey and then he ended up switching it up, had to go back to that 21. 6, man, I'm trying to think of some baseball. That one's tough. Off the top of the head, I just told LeBron. I don't believe it, but it's an easy answer. And 37, I mean, if you're wearing 37, you're not getting no. You probably got the last stick on the jersey, so I'm gonna just let you.
Right.
Everyone who wore 37 is a winner in my book because I can't rock with that.
Right, exactly.
Bro, you gotta step on with a good number.
All right, last thing, finals predictions. Who you got?
Man,
You're getting drug tested if you say
I'll
Denver.
start with the East before I met. I'll start with the East, bro. I don't believe in Philly. I don't believe really in I don't believe in the Bucks, man. Give me Boston. You were just talking about Tatum, Kemba. You know how cold Kemba is.
Yeah.
I think they got the best squad. Gordon Hayward killing. Brad Stevens is probably him and Nick Nurse are 1 and 2 as part of the East and coaches. So give me Boston on the West. It ain't gonna be Brian, man. I gotta run with Kawhi, man. I gotta run with Kawhi and Paul George. If they can get it right, off court, I heard they got a lot of stuff going on, but they in the bubble. They got a week to figure it out.
They'll be all right before the playoffs start in 17.
About to come out. So give me Clippers, Boston, man.
All right, man.
Well, you said playoff who?
Playoff key.
Oh, boy. Hey, man, we appreciate you for coming on, Chad. Thanks for always supporting, bro.
I'm gonna keep tuning in, man. Y'all be safe out there.
All right, man.
Appreciate you.
All right.
He could talk a mile a minute, man. He be going. I told him, I was like, you only got a few minutes. He was like, oh, that's enough. He done wrote a full essay in the span of a few minutes. So next we got my old roommate. He used to hoop back in the day. He tore his Achilles, so he don't hoop no more. But he's one of my good friends, David White. What's going on, D? How you doing?
Man, I'm doing fantastic, man.
He was the one. I'm gonna just give everybody like a before I say that, best players 6, 7, 36, and 37.
6. You know what? I'm gonna don't think people are going to say. I'm going with Dr. J.
Oh, that's a good one.
Man,
That's a good one.
in the NBA, he was torching fools.
Yeah.
No, Dr. J was a problem.
Yeah.
A real
I-
life problem.
I mean,
Man, number 7, man. You know what? I might go baseball. Mickey Mantle.
Can't never
like
argue
this.
with that.
I like that. And 36 and 37?
36, shout out to Pittsburgh. I got to go better. I got to
Yeah.
go better.
That was my pick, yeah. And 37, if you could find anybody?
Nah, I ain't got nobody for 37.
Yeah, that's the last one. We just picked him up in free agency.
Yeah.
Here's an extra jersey for you.
So David was the one. He actually called me after the episode and the last episode we did. He was like, "Man, Luka is, there's no way he's the second best and blah 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 blah." And it was, although I know Luka is a star, but I think just looking at Dallas isn't one of the biggest markets. It's a decent sized market, but it's not one of the biggest. So I was telling him he lives in Ohio, big Cavs fan too, by the way.
First of all, when you say Ohio, please put the B in front of it. But continue.
All right, Columbus, Ohio. So he's looking at it and he's just like, Luka's like not this, he's not that. But obviously we're out here, and if you watch basketball consistently, I mean, we all got families and stuff. You can see like Luka he's a big deal, and I definitely think in the future, just like how you were saying, like he's definitely going to be one of the ones that's going to be the face of the league pretty soon.
Man, I'll put it in context though. Because I listen to you guys, I'm fortunate enough to have a job that causes me to travel. So, shout out to you guys. I get on Apple Podcasts and listen to you guys when I'm driving. At the time though, I was drinking some water and he said Luka was number 2. I about wrecked my car.
Look, we got to put a cautionary sign in front of the episode. You never know what I'm gonna say.
Oh man, but after some time, you really sit down and think about it. Like, what he's doing, he's definitely unbelievable. I guess where I'm coming from is more of during the regular season, there are legends in the regular season. You got T.J. Warren putting up numbers right now. I'm just waiting until I see him and what he does in the playoffs when a team has a chance to actually prepare, study you. Oh, we lost to him on the first game because of this. Let's see what we can do with him the second time. And to me, that's why LeBron and Kawhi are my 1 and 2s, because they've proven time and time again that no matter how often you plan, I'm still going to get my numbers and I'm still going to carry my team.
I think that's a perfect example. But you brought up a guy like T.J. Warren. T.J. Warren's in his 6th year. He's about 25, 26 years old. So he's been in the league for a while. Luka is 21 years old. He's been playing professional basketball at probably next to the NBA, the next highest level of basketball in the world for the past, even before coming to the NBA, about 3 or 4 years. And the only reason I say Luka, what I speak so highly of him, is because he has the ability to affect the game in so many different ways. You mentioned LeBron. LeBron can change a game without scoring the basketball. There's not many guys that can have an impact on the game without scoring. You think of a LeBron, you think of a Kawhi can do it on the defensive end, although he really impacts the game scoring. But Luka makes these guys better. He's got a bunch of guys. I mean, you think of a Tim Hardaway Jr., Seth Curry. These are pretty much journeymen in the NBA. They haven't found a
teams.
Yeah,
And
Porzingis was a top pick, and then the Knicks let him go. Like, oh, he's injury prone. We don't want him anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So he's only in his second year in the league or third year? Third year in the league. What he's doing at this point and at this age, I don't think we've seen anybody do before. Coming fresh in the league,
and especially
Michael Jordan scored a lot when he was young. I'm not gonna speak any blasphemy, but what I will say is how he's adapted to the NBA game, and it takes a while for these guys to do it. Trae Young is another guy who did it amazingly fast, but to be able to know when to shoot, know when to pass as a point guard, He's 6'7", he's 210, 2.
That's the key right there.
Like I just, and maybe it won't happen this year, but you guys will see. I think he's gonna be up there, top 5 player in the NBA for a very long time.
Oh, I agree in terms of what the future holds. The ceiling is his limit. Like he's definitely phenomenal, especially at that size. His skill is only going to get better. I guess when I heard it at the time, I thought you were speaking of right now in the NBA today. If we're doing power rankings, Luka is number 2, and I don't even have him top 5 right now.
No, I'm not going to go that far because if we're doing power rankings right now, if I'm being honest, I'm taking Trae Young above him in the power rankings. We forget about Trae Young because Trae Young's team is not in the bubble.
Right now.
But I'm taking him right above Luka right now as far as young guards go. I mean, you listen to the show. I speak very highly of Trae Young too.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying projection-wise, looking at him at 21, second year in the league, like, I mean, sheesh.
All right, David. So
about the future.
Yeah. So I'll tell you this. I know you're a big Cavs fan. Coming from Columbus, Ohio stand up. Jamon commented Ohio stand up. So your team obviously isn't in the bubble whatsoever. I don't think they even looked at them to even want to offer them an invite. So is there a team? And I know your secondary team is the Heat. Obviously with LeBron and everything. And you said you stayed with the Cavs when he went back. You're not switching again. So is there a team that you think that could sneak out of the East? Because the East is, you got the Bucks and Raptors and Celtics, but is there a team in the East that could possibly sneak out?
For me, and not because I like the Heat, but I got the Heat coming out only for the sole reason of when you've seen their matchup, not only just in the regular season, but even in the bubble, on how they're playing teams. Like, they were up 25 on the Bucks without Butler and their starting point guard. And naturally, Giannis decided to take over. But I truly think once they have their full team together, there's not a lot of teams that really just match up in this short player basketball style that most NBA teams are now starting to adapt. They have shooters everywhere, and they got defenders. So, yeah, out of the East, I think I'm going to take the East.
Okay, all right. And then last thing, finals prediction?
Final prediction, I'm going to take the Heat versus the Clippers. And it hurts me to say that. The only reason why I'm not going with the Lakers is that the jury's still out on that 1 and 2 spot. When it comes to defending the guards, they're just going to get exposed. Their 2 top defenders in terms of their guards are missing. They're not there. And LeBron's not about to chase around anybody anymore.
Nah.
So that means
He won't even guard Melo. I don't even think he'll do that. And Melo's been a little shifty now too, so it's like he's been doing a lot of running around, and LeBron don't like to waste that much energy on defense. You're not the Miami LeBron anymore, so but
I think it's going to be a great one. I'm excited about the West. Like, the West, is going to be tough.
It's honestly anybody's. When you look at all the teams, there's at least 6 teams you can make an argument for. Like, easy.
No, there isn't. There's 2 teams.
And at the same time, man, you never can count out LeBron. LeBron is just that guy that's been doing it so long that you truly believe he's going to find a way.
Right.
When's the last time you've seen LeBron just losing before making it to the Eastern Conference Finals in the playoffs? Or the conference finals in the playoffs?
Right.
Yeah. So, but hey, David, man, we appreciate you for coming on, man. And you got any last thing you want to say before you get out of here?
I just want to say, y'all keep grinding, man. Like I said, I tune in to y'all. I've been listening since day one. I love how you guys touch on a lot of issues and a lot of things that need to be talked about. So, keep it going. Keep grinding.
Thank you, man. We appreciate that.
Oh, for sure.
All right, man. Talk to you later.
All right.
Thanks. Hey, let me say a couple things real quick before we get to the next call.
Yeah.
So, one, I really, really, really think the Lakers and what's their
Frank Vogel.
Frank Vogel, I think, really did himself a disservice these last few games in the bubble, playing KCP and Quinn Cook more minutes than J.R. Smith and Philly Cheese. What's my man? Deion Waiters. Those are 2 guys that are coming in mid-season, still trying to work themselves into shape, and can be way more of contributors in the playoffs than a Quinn Cook and a KCP. That's 1. 2, yes, Marquise, LeBron did it out the gate, but if we're talking skill set, LeBron James is not as skilled at 18, 19, 20 as Luka Doncic is right now. And I think LeBron James is the best player to ever play basketball. So at this stage, year 2, LeBron was still super raw. Heck, we see LeBron right now at year 17, 18. Like, his handle ain't the smoothest. Like, he's not the smoothest guy out there.
His little backup step back.
Yeah. Like, Luka's doing stuff that took LeBron literally years to do as far as shooting jump shots. And
I always said this. LeBron didn't really gain a shot until, like, even when he, like, was in, like, Miami, that's when he started to, like, gain a consistent jump shot. And I think he was at his best first year, second year in Cleveland when he went back.
And I'm a numbers guy too, so I go to the arguments, and one of my arguments for LeBron is his percentages. He's always shot a better percentage than Mike. He's always shot a better percentage from three than Kobe and Magic. But he wasn't taking as many. He was the Giannis effect. He was living at the rim.
Yeah.
He couldn't do anything about it.
Yeah.
So
he's bigger than you. I mean, don't
so
let
yeah,
switch.
I'm not saying LeBron wasn't that guy coming out the gate. He did it. His teams were terrible. He didn't have anybody in the playoffs this early.
That's why he left.
7
years.
I mean,
you leave too.
And he took a team that ain't have no business going to the finals. With Candace Parker's brother. Yeah, exactly.
All right, so we can move on to the next call. We've been rolling today, man. I actually said that this.
No, he's not taking Dallas to the finals. I'm not saying that.
Hello.
Kerms, what's going on, man? How you doing?
What's up? What's up, buddy?
Nothing much, man. You on your third glass of wine?
I actually switched to Land Shark beer, so we switched it up a little bit.
Nice. So,
I like it.
yeah, so Kerms is a big Patriots fan. He loves golf. He loves essentially every single sport that's out there, but he wants to talk a little bit about college football and really where it's going. So, I mean, do you see any of the other conferences potentially canceling the season, or the ACC and SEC, like, are they ready to go?
It sounds like all three are ready to go, and I'm really happy about that. I know you guys live in Texas. I know how big any kind of football is, whether it's NFL, whether it's 5-year-olds running around in the field throwing the ball at each other.
Right.
But I mean, it's just good, I think, overall. I mean, as much as I love the NFL, I know, Marlon, we talked about this, I know you're not as big as a college football fan, but the sport is just so great. Now, I'm curious, there's no talk of there's going to be fans yet in stadiums. I'm going to lean towards there to be 0 or maybe like 20%.
I'm going to stop you right there because it's crazy, because you can go to any restaurant or bar, or depending on the area that you're in. Most bars are shut down, but I think it's very interesting that you can go into any family-owned restaurant, you walk in with your mask, you sit at your table, you take your mask off, and then you can leave it off for the whole time. As you go to work, you can go to your desk wearing your mask to the office, and you take it off. Now,
whoa! What company do you work for? Not at AAA.
Well,
you gotta keep that mask on, young man.
No. So, corporate's a little bit different. So, just letting you know. I just look at. So, let's say if the stadium, let's just say if it holds 50,000, seats in a stadium, why can't you allow 15, 20, 30%? Have them, when they're sitting down in their seat, take their mask off, and then I don't see why that's an issue. I understand with different states you have laws and this and that, but that's just me.
No, I agree. And like you said, it really does come down to the states. Really, what it comes down to with the fans and the mask is, like I said, it does come down to the states. If certain colleges and certain stadiums want to allow X amount of fans, that should be their choice. I don't think it should come down from higher ups above them telling them who is allowed to come into their stadium and who is not, because the reality is they need money to finance certain things.
You're losing a ton of money. So, I agree.
The only thing I'll say about that, I think it will come down to conferences, because, I mean, let's be honest. You can't have, like, Mississippi State versus Alabama. Without a crowd, they have no chance to win that game. If that game is played at Mississippi State, if we're just lining up my guys against your guys, sorry, Mississippi State.
Right.
Like, you have no chance. But I'll also say, I think the biggest reason they want to play this seasons, whether you have fans or not, is because most of their money, like the NFL, like the NBA, like MLB, is coming from the TV deals.
Mm-hmm.
Those TV deals numbers are ridiculous. And in a situation where you can't, in a situation where you can't come to the game, all that's really doing is adding 100,000 people watching. So the viewership is just going up.
Right.
So I think they'll try to get it played either way. But if I'm a smaller school in some of these monster conferences, I'm pushing for fans in my game. Like I don't think I could go out in a scrimmage game and beat Alabama, like
Exactly.
or LSU for that. I don't want to, shout out go Tigers.
Yeah, Kearns, we got a few more minutes. So, looking at the Patriots, I just want to ask you this. It seems like more players from any team are opting out from the Patriots, it seems like. Do they feel as if Bill Belichick isn't serious about the season, or what do you think's going on with your team?
That's a great question. Honestly, if they want to keep opting out, go for it. It just means we have a better chance of getting the number one pick in the draft next year. I remember you guys talking in a podcast about a month ago saying that you think Cam Newton is going to lead them to like 9 or 10 wins. And I got to be honest with you, I think you're both kind of crazy for that. And I only say this because in his last 8 starts, he went 0-8. And with everything going on with COVID, you have less time to practice. How do you expect him to lead them to 9 to 10 wins in a division where Buffalo is getting better and he doesn't have as much time to develop a rapport with the team?
2 words: Bill Belichick.
Yeah,
Well, that definitely helps, but Cam Newton also sounds like he could be a little difficult to deal with. I mean, he's not Tom Brady.
Well,
nobody's Tom Brady, obviously.
Well,
but
I'm taking Cam Newton and Bill Belichick for 4 wins over the Jets and the Dolphins. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Buffalo, yes, you're right. I do think they're a team on the rise, but still beatable by Belichick he's gonna put you in positions to win, and that's already 4 wins, maybe 5. So that's where I'm coming from with these picks. I don't know their schedule. I haven't looked at it, but
it's brutal.
Is it bad outside the conference?
Oh, it's pretty bad.
Yeah, well, yeah, because
I don't have it in front of you right now, but I think we go to the Chiefs. I think like week 5.
I know you for sure play the Chiefs.
I think like 30.
Oh, but I'm seeing. Oh, this is preseason. Hold on, Dolphins,
No, I know
Seahawks,
preseason. I know preseason.
Raiders is a win.
Yeah, Seahawks at Seattle week 2.
Yeah, but then you're at your Raiders at home. Chiefs is a loss. You're right. Broncos is a toss up. Probably that's a good game actually with you guys in the Broncos.
Mm-hmm.
The Niners is a tough one. Bills is tough. Ravens tough. Yeah, you're right. I mean, you got the Cardinals. I think you guys beat the Cardinals.
We're not beating Kansas City or Baltimore. Honestly, I think Denver can scare people this year.
I think so too.
I think Denver's pretty trash.
You guys definitely got to win in the first week of December against the Chargers. That's a win.
My birthday weekend. That's easy win for us. But
I mean, you can make an argument for the AFC. The AFC West might be the most competitive division, top to bottom. I know the Chiefs are the defending champions with Mahomes, but the Broncos have a lot of young talent. They have a great defense. I mean, Marlon knows the Chargers.
Which one? Me.
Top, if not maybe the top defense in the league. It really comes down to who's going to step up at quarterback and lead that team. Is it Tyrod Taylor? Is it Justin Herbert? And, with the Raiders, I mean, say what you want, but Derek Carr can still play. And, you can't count out Gruden. I mean, I'm not saying, no, I don't think anybody's beating Kansas City now, but...
Or in the next couple of years.
Yeah, and unfortunately, it's going to be like a 10-year, headache for us in the AFC just in general, especially the AFC West. But yeah, man. But
and if we're going conference before we get you off the phone, top to bottom, I'm going NFC West, NFC with the Rams, the 49ers, the Seahawks, and the Cardinals. I think that's
shout out to Austin. Was once a Chargers fan, now he switched over to Cardinals.
So he was a San Diego Charger fan.
Chargers, doesn't matter.
Oh.
But yeah, anything else you want to say, Kearns, before we get out of here?
Overall, I really enjoy listening to you guys. I really appreciate you bringing me on. This is the second time I've been on your show. I enjoy listening to you. And just keep up the good work, and I hope you guys bring me on more often again.
Sounds good, man.
Absolutely.
We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, guys. Have a good night.
All right.
Shout out to the Clippers and the Nuggets for playing Dame Dollar in one of his tracks in the pregame. Yeah.
Hey, they say PG reached out to him, and
Yeah, shout out to them for that. They squashed their little beef.
Yeah, which was good. And they didn't really have it. I just think it's mainly just Beverly and everybody else.
Well, they squashed it because their families got involved. And when you got a guy from Oakland and a guy from Pacoima or Palmdale, wherever Paul George is from,
Right.
I think it's best that they squash it once else, because not everybody's making millions. They got family members that, might still be with the business.
So I got a request from somebody that wanted to get on again. But looks like we're gonna have to go to the. Yep, there it is. One shot.
Yeah.
One
We're
shot.
already
I
past.
know.
My contract says 45
and
minute episodes, guys. So whenever they go longer, it's his fault.
That's on me. That's all on me. I thought we was gonna get to 45 seconds, but Austin, we got this one and then you up, and then we gotta get B back on.
B Barmsky, Bree, I picked the Cowboys and the Raiders for the Super Bowl 2 years ago.
Swampo, what's up, Jason? How you doing?
I'm doing great. How you doing?
Hey, pretty good, man. So a little background on Jason, aka Swampo. He's a Rockets fan. He is a Saints fan. But you kind of root for the Spurs a little bit?
No, that's backwards, my friend. I'm a Spurs fan, but I like the Rockets because James Harden is my favorite player at this time.
Oh, man. So you think the Rockets will have a little bit of competition, obviously, in the West, huh?
Yeah, I really do. I think the Rockets will end up. I don't know. The Heat's looking good. The Raptors are looking good. The East is up in the air, but I like what the Rockets are doing. I think the Rockets are built for the bubble. I think in big times, they make the killer three, they drive down the court, they're quick. That small team that Dan Tony has got going on right now knows how to.
I mean, they're consistent. I'll say this: they're sometimey, at least with me. And I feel like sometimes offensively, when they're working, they're going. I think it's fine when you got Harden and Russ. They have some great role players, but what happens when you have a certain team like Portland, or you got Denver, or even Lakers or Clippers when they're on? I honestly don't see either of those teams ahead of the Rockets right now, even though records may say whatever. That's what I feel.
The Spurs are going to make it 23 years straight either, I had faith in the front office. I had faith in Pop, fighting for the ninth spot, is one thing, but there's so many pieces on that team that have so many potential to maximize what they're doing. I like Murray. Everything that he's doing, to see him, as the Spurs starting point guard for the foreseeable future, he's a stud. I mean, defensively, he's quick, he's agile, He needs some improvement, and with Johnson and, Patty Mills being the veteran, and, the one thing that concerns me about the future is White. If he works on that shooting and, he's got the size, but if he can develop under Pop, but right now what the Spurs are doing, he's not that key contributor. So, at this point in time, I can't really see where the Spurs are going. I don't see them making the playoffs this year, and that really, with Lonnie Walker and everything going on, that's a disappointment because they got so much potential.
Yeah, I think they're young. I really like DeJounte Murray, man. Shout out to him for bouncing back off that knee injury, really bad knee injury. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Seattle, man. I always talk about how good the farm system is for basketball out there. But I think history shows us that the Spurs will be back. They're kind of like the Patriots in the sense where they're going to be down for a year, maybe even two, but I still can't bet against them. You know what I mean? I don't
bet against Pop. Don't bet against Belichick.
Exactly.
Simple as that. Hey, so I'll switch over to football. So you're a big Saints fan this year. Looking at the offense, I honestly feel like Michael Thomas. He had a slow year last year. So do you think he can pick it up and have a more vibrant, if you will, year as far as with that offense, and he can flourish with everybody else?
With the Saints this year, there's no doubt. They're going to win the South. And that's no disrespect to Tom Brady, but when you got guys like Sean Payton, Drew Brees,
and an offense and a defense that have been working together for many years, that don't have to worry about learning new plays. They don't have to worry about making new schemes, because everything that they've done over the past couple of years, except in the playoffs, everything they've done over the past couple of years, they have made the adjustments. They just can't get over that hump in the playoffs. But I will say this, man. And my brother's listening, he's watching. So if I don't bring up you and his Chargers, he's going to be very upset.
Let's go.
You know what? Here we go with your Chargers, because this is exactly what I see with your Chargers. Your Chargers are going to be explosive. And opposing teams, they're going to be afraid. They have that scary aspect that can win games just on defense. When you got a veteran nose tackle like Joseph, who's going to be in the trenches, and a rookie like Murray, that linebacker that can hit some people. Look, we know Bosa and James are the best players. Those two will make the impact, stopping, doing whatever they got to do with the addition of Chris Harris. And, what they really need to focus on, honestly, is to help stop the passing game, because you and I both know last year they gave up a ton of yards, and they could not stop the run on third down, and they were terrible on third down. And every team they came in there needed it. They could run early, and that bend and break mentality will work sometimes, but it can only go so far. But with Joseph and Murray being used in the close holes that they were doing, and bodies are important in football. Like I said, with Joseph and Murray in the trenches, and I really think the Chargers this year, that defense will force you to throw. And you and my brother, as Chargers fans, will be very excited for their potential, because honestly, Patrick Mahomes has lost a lot of weapons, and he's not going 50-50 back-to-back. I'm sorry.
Whoa, Swampo, hold on.
As a San Diego resident for 30 years, the Charger fans have always been excited about their potential. I don't think anything is going to change this year. Well, who's your quarterback? What's his name?
Tyrod Taylor.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead.
Tyrod had a good year in Buffalo one time, man, but I don't
make the playoffs.
Yeah, one time.
Oh, okay, all right. So this is my team. Normally, whenever Cowboys are brought up, that's when you talk.
Right,
so let me talk about my team. So anyway,
Right.
For one, appreciate you for the kind words for my team.
You guys win the division.
Are we gonna win the division? No, we probably won't win the division. With the Chiefs, I say this all the time, that the year for us to win it was going to be 2 years ago. That was the year when we had Rivers and all that stuff. Defensively, yes, I think we'll be stout. Best defense in the AFC, probably the AFC in general, if I'm being 100. So, but other than that, I think Hard Knocks was on last night too. It's not the same. Just knowing that we don't have any preseason games and just seeing everything that's going on with the NCAA, it's kind of hard for me to get excited about it, especially if we've seen basketball work in the bubble, but we've seen MLB and how they're having different teams break out with the cases and all that stuff. So it's just not the same for me with Hard Knocks. But I'm happy we're getting at least looked at. But it's unfortunate. You made fun of me months ago, like we can't even get our own Hard Knocks. I mean it sucks, but
yeah, the Chargers unfortunately are the team that LA doesn't want.
But hey, Swamp Man, any last things you got to say before we get out of here?
Yes, I got a couple numbers that were 7 in basketball. If that's the way we're going, I will say number 37 in football would be Rodney Harrison.
Yeah.
I think number 6 would be Thomas Morstead for the Saints, because that's a punter's and a kicker's number, to be honest with you. But if you're talking number 7. John Elway is legit number 7, but in basketball, man, I got to go with 4 people. Pete Maravich, Mark Davis, Kenny Anderson, and Danny Ainge, and also Danny Coach.
Danny Ainge. Oh, Tony Coach. I forgot about the big lefty. Yeah.
Man, coming with the heat, Swampo. Hey, man, we appreciate you for coming on, man. The episode will be up tonight. You can share with your brother, share with your family. And, yeah, man, appreciate you for watching and coming on.
Yeah, well, all we got right now on TV is our Astros, so I'm stuck.
Hey,
all right, man.
Hey, watch the Astros.
Let me just clarify. Swampo does not like the Astros. He loves the Braves. Please, man.
Hey, just beat on some trash cans while you watch the Astros, man. You'll enjoy it.
All man, I sure wanted to like doing this. After that, it was over with.
All right, man. I'll chat with you soon.
All right, thanks.
All right.
Have a good night.
All right, you too. And Chad, yeah, I don't know what he was talking about they don't have no weapons. I mean, that's why I had to cut him off and say, whoa, like that was, I don't know what he was talking about.
Hey man, I just see what you're doing. Whenever you can get somebody on to say something positive about your guys, man, bring them on. I get it. Last week we had a Charger fan on. It was crazy, and
man.
I see what he's doing. Shout out to the Cowboys for signing Everson Griffin, former Pro Bowl defensive end.
What's up?
What's up, baby? NFC South, baby.
NFC South. Let's do this.
Yeah.
What you got, baby?
He's a Falcons fan?
Yeah.
You know, how y'all doing?
MVP Matt Ryan. Hey, I'm good, man. I'm just trying to make sure you all right. You doing okay?
Yeah, I'm doing fine, brother. Yeah, I'm doing fine.
You just
I'm glad.
just getting off work?
No, man, I'm on vacation all week. I'm going to LV tomorrow. You know.
You going where?
Las Vegas.
Vegas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hey, don't hurt nobody, man.
No, I ain't gonna hurt nobody. Play a few basketball, baseball. You know how I do it.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the rookie. Let's talk about Kenneth Murray of the Chargers. I got the Chargers winning the AFC West. That's my defensive rookie of the year, Kenneth Murray, Oklahoma. 4-5 speed.
Let's go. Let's go. Hey, so
so is he gonna be chasing around Tyreek Hill? Is that what they're gonna do?
We got Chris Harris Jr. So I mean we got
He's LeBron's age.
We got Derwin James. How about that?
Oh, he's
Derwin James is back. Joey Bosa, the highest paid defender ever. You know, and I love the other guy, Abram. You're set, baby. AFC Championship game. Let's go. Talk to me. Hey, I got the Falcons in the NFC Championship game.
Oh, boy.
Boy. It all makes sense now.
Oh, boy.
He's picking third place teams on both sides.
I love you guys. What you got? Talk to old Doc, man.
Hey, you know, we just excited about the bubble, man. We're excited about the playoffs coming up. Dame Lillard's been playing crazy. I mean, we got NCAA. Who knows what's going to happen with that? I mean, and then you got football, obviously. You know, will we have a season? And if we do, I mean, it's not going to be the same because with no fans. Because what's the point of going and playing in Foxborough or playing in Lambeau or Soldier Field or wherever, Mercedes-Benz Dome? Like, it's not the same anymore. Even here.
Some of those places.
That's a very good point. Very good point, fellas. Let me weigh in on the bubble real quick. I mentioned Adam Shine. I got a problem with the Pelicans playing around with Zion Williams. He's a big baby, man, baby fat. Everybody else is balling out, sweating. This guy's getting gassed after 6 minutes on Sunday. Can't even finish, missing free throws. I got a problem. You got some of the greatest players in NBA history, gentlemen, rolling over their graves because this 20-year-old guy with young legs, and we were all playing one time, played 4 games in one time. And he's out of shape, gas, beating hard. Look at Kobe Bryant, one of the greatest, hardest work ethics ever. You know, I grew up watching Wes Chandler, you know. I mean, not Wes Chandler, Wes Unsdale, Bullets. You know, 6'8", 260, won the MVP and rookie year. So there's no excuse for the Pelicans babysitting this guy, man. Look, what are you saving him for? And on the other end of the spectrum, I'm going rambling, but Damian Lillard is my player of the year in the bubble, man. You can make an argument for the kid in Phoenix.
Devin Booker, yeah.
But Damian Lillard had 61 the other. That's actually put up 51, you know, the previous game. I think the Lakers are in trouble relative to guard play, but the Lakers' size, gentlemen, will overtake Damian Lillard. But don't sell him short, because you got to know what triple team this time with who? Deion Waiters or he's just going to go off. But you got 3 people over 7 feet, gentlemen. The Lakers should win that one and handily. But Damian's going to have the numbers. Your take.
Yeah, Damian's going to have the numbers, and that's fine. He can score 50. But the good thing about the NBA is the game is going to 110, 120. So as long as you can bottle up those other guys, make it tough for CJ, and don't let one of those bigs go off, Whiteside or Nurkic, I think the Lakers take care of them. Dame will have a big series, but we're fine with that. As long as he doesn't get 10, 12 assists with his 50 points, that's a win for the Lakers.
Because you know he's going to put up 50.
Yeah.
Okay, who we gonna have that's gonna run after him? I mean, I said this before. Like some of our best defenders aren't going to be there. So you're going to have KCP running after him. You're going to give J.R. Smith more time and have him run after him. So, I mean, Caruso's the only one that can probably stick with him the best. But it's like...
Well, I said this to Doc's point, too. You got 3 7-footers down there, so just crowd his space. Make him drive to the basket and make tough shots over big guys. Because
you know the game.
Yeah,
that's right, gentlemen. Now the East, who's coming out the East, fella? Because don't sell off, don't fall short on Toronto. And they wanted it, but the Kyle Lowry's on a mission, man. You know, and Giannis is nice, man. And you talked about it before, Marlon. One guy is not going to do it. I know they got Middleton. But I think Toronto's going to come out the East, and the close second will be the Celtics. They competitive in the West.
I got the Celtics, but I will throw this out at you, and you can answer this too first if you want. Does this say more about seeing the Raptors play the way they are and seeing how far they are? What are they? Number 2 seed, I think, or whatever.
Yeah, number 2.
Yeah. So seeing how good they've been playing, does this say more about the team itself or how weak the East is with Kawhi being out?
No, I can't say the East is weak, man. Not with the Pacers balling and Milwaukee. Of course, you got Milwaukee. The East is not weak like in previous years, fellas. The Pacers look at the Nets with Joe Harris and those cats. There's some competition in the East. I know the Nets are not commit, but I can't put it on the East being weak. Not like that. Okay, the top 3 teams, the Celtics, Bucks, and Toronto, can do some serious damage to the West. So I can't go there, Marlon. I know what you're saying, but, it's one of those things where, Pascal Siakam for the run for the Raptors, and then, I love Jason Tatum, who should have been a Laker over Ball. That's another conversation, but I can't go there, because Giannis is a beast, you already know that. I know what you're saying, but I just think Toronto's just balling, dog, real talk.
What you got, Marlon?
Well, this is what I'll say. I'll say this about them minus Kawhi, because I think that might have been where he was going a little bit more than taking a shot at the East. Kawhi is a really, 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 really good player.
Yeah.
And he's the kind of guy that can take a good team and put them over the top.
Mm-hmm.
But we haven't seen Kawhi on a team that was missing the playoffs without him. Even this Clippers team, they were a good team before Kawhi got there.
Yeah.
So,
good point.
So he's not one of these franchise. He's not LeBron. He's not a franchise changer. He's a really good player that can take a group of good guys and take them over the top. Can make the big shots at the end of the game. Can guard the guy on the other team that's their best player. Make it tough on them. I think that's what Kawhi is. And that's what separates the two for me.
He's not a franchise changer, and I'm glad you brought that up, because this guy here, and I have no respect for guys that take time off.
Load management.
Game management, time management, all that, man. That's why I got a problem with putting you all in water. I don't even want to mention his name no more. Look at all the rookies that are balling out. Look at all the guys that are balling out, the Pelicans bitches. So Kawhi Leonard, even though he won it all, he's a skill set. I agree. He's not a franchise changer per se, he's a great player. I gotta agree with you, but I'm old school, man. I remember with guys, 82 games. Little never missed a minute one season. I'm a Chamberlain guy, man. You already know that.
Hey, I'm gonna just switch it up right now, and I didn't even text you about this, but I'm gonna test your knowledge of the game, and then I'll get your finals prediction, and then we'll get out of here.
Go ahead.
Best player to wear number 6. Go.
To wear number 6, I gotta go with Bill Russell, man. I can't argue that. Bill Russell, 11 times for 13 years. As much as I dislike the Celtics, because hate is a strong word, the guy he shut down Will a couple of times. Well, they had a whole team. He just shut down Will, but 11 times for 13 years. That's enough said.
Best player to wear number 7.
Number 7?
Yeah.
Right off the top of my head, because I'm a Michael Vick fan, I'm going to say John Elway, 2-ring Hall of Famer quarterback. You can make the argument even when those Rangers until Terrell Davis got there, but the cannon on, Mel Kiper said the perfect 10 when he came out of Stanford in '83. I say John Elway, best everywhere, number 7.
All right.
We like it.
Well, might as well just do it. Best player to wear number 36.
36, wow. Now you're making me think. Off the top of my head again, let's go with Jerome Bettis, Steelers. You start with the Rams. I got to go with Jerome Bettis, fellas. The guy's a Hall of Fame. I think he's the 4th leading. I'll give a shout out to the big guy, man. Big fullback. Didn't run past you, but run over you.
Run over
exactly.
you, run through you.
I mean, just a big boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, Jerome Bettis.
last one. Best player to wear number 30. With it being episode 37, best player to wear number 37.
37. Wow.
Testing you, Doc. I'm testing you, Doc.
Yeah. Best player to wear number 37. I'm going to go with your safety. Would any wear number 37?
Yep.
Ronnie Harrison.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's only about 8 people ever to wear number 37, so.
Well, 8 people that we know their names.
Exactly. Hey, Doc, man, we appreciate you for coming on, man. Is there anything else you want to say before we get on out of here?
Yeah, real quick, man. The college football thing bothers me out here in the West Coast because Pac-12 I'm an SEC fan. I'm from Georgia, you already know that. I admire Stanky for holding out. He's going to green light the medical people say, let's go, because if you start putting football in the spring, and 4 months later you're going to play in the fall, that's just too much football for these student athletes. And I put student athletes. So what it's going to do, you football in the spring, and then 4 months later you're going to kick it up again in September 2021. So I admire the SEC, the Big 12, and these other cats, Stanky, you said, we're going green light, It's always going to be a positive test, but don't panic, you know? That's really all I got. I love you guys, man. I had to kick it off the chest. Thank you.
Hey, all right, man. Appreciate you, man. We'll talk soon, Doc.
Absolutely.
Okay.
All right.
I'll say this too.
Yeah, go ahead. We get to the last call. Man, this was a good episode, man. We got to do more of these.
No, we're not doing many hour and 20-minute episodes anymore. I'm tired, boss. I'm tired.
You'll be all right. You the boss. You can go to sleep.
For some of these college athletes, we hear a lot about, guys not being taken care of outside of the season.
Shaq number 37 in Boston.
Shaq
He was
36.
36. Yeah. Sorry,
but I think this is going to actually force colleges to take care of these guys a little bit longer. You saw Jameis Winston, the crab legs, and we hear about guys stealing laptops, and we hear about updates to these scholarships and protocols and things like that. Mm-hmm. But this might work for some of those guys, man. They get a little more focus on them for a longer period of time, taking care of them, catering to them. Not saying they need to be catered, but let's be honest, man. NCAA sports is a $1 billion business, right? And these guys are still not being paid adequately. So maybe this will get them, a little more attention at least, if nothing else. Yeah. And we know they're not going to class, so.
Just getting past, especially if you're a big name person.
And Esteban, let me clarify. I know the Clippers haven't been championship contenders, but they were, they were in the playoffs consistently every year.
And we're not going to start over. However, you can like, subscribe, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube.
Is he on the phone? Oh.
No, he commented. Yeah, so that's the thing. Chad.
No, I saw them. I thought you had.
No. I'm about to call Austin right now. But Chad, Swampo, that's him right there. That's his nickname. Doc and Kerms, like we all know each other. So, all right. So we get to the last call of the day. My god brother. He cusses a lot, so we'll see if he can stay cursing free. And two. What's going on, Austin? How you doing, man?
What's going on, man?
Oh boy, you sound like you in a tunnel.
Or on the toilet.
Damn, you sound like that?
I'm gonna post that.
No, I'm just messing with you, bro.
You good?
With you,
yeah,
bro.
you good, man. So, hey, Chargers Nation, man. Did you watch Hard Knocks last night?
You, man, dude. Like I try to keep from cussing on the show.
I know.
But you do things like this. What's wrong with you?
Oh, I'm just saying. You were once Chargers Nation, right?
Yeah, whatever. Also, before we start anything, y'all ain't gonna disrespect Tony Gwynn as one of the top 5 Aztecs.
I saw your comment about him being the most assists. Hey,
Tony Gwynn he was the all-time assist leader for Diego State.
Yeah, you're right. But I'm not going to say that because he also, you can see his underwear under his shorts when he played. So that was before my time.
But you're not going to disrespect Tony Gwynn, though. He was a two-sport athlete at the school and balled.
All right, well, shoot, I'll ask you top five Aztecs of all time.
I'm gonna go with my dude Mel. Malcolm, always, is going to be up there.
Yeah, yeah.
Kawhi, obviously.
Okay.
Marshall Falk.
Yeah,
Marshall Falk is at the top of the list.
absolutely.
Jamal Franklin.
Jamal, okay.
And what I said Kawhi.
Kawhi.
And Tony Gwynn.
Franklin. Tony Gwynn. Yeah, those are my five.
Okay.
I'm not mad at that list.
All right.
I'm not mad at that list at all. But let me say something, man. Let me get this out there. For the record, I think you guys are going to be better. The Arizona Cardinals are going to be way better than the Chargers this year. Going to be more exciting. Going to be more exciting to watch. You guys have a quarterback, even though I'm not very high on him. He's just got a bunch of weapons around him.
I'll let you finish.
However,
Say, you on the toilet again? Back up.
He's better than Tyrod.
well, this is what I was going to say, though.
Kyler's better than Tyrod?
Yes, absolutely.
I do think, however, that the Chargers will have more wins. So it's going to be hard for my argument to work just because your division is so damn hard.
Listen, the 49ers, Seahawks, and Rams are very good teams.
They might all make the playoffs this year.
Yeah, it might really where Kansas City, San Diego, and the Broncos all make the playoffs. It might be like that in the NFC West.
Hey, are you talking on a headset or anything, or?
I am.
Yeah, take that off, because it sounds. You can't take the headset off.
Nah, the microphone don't work.
You got one of them truck driver headsets?
My microphone don't work.
Your microphone don't work. Okay, all right, that's what we're working with. Okay, yeah. I mean, I'll put it to you like this. I think that you have a great offensive core now. However, you ain't going to be able to use it if your quarterback's on his back the whole game. All I'm saying is the dude is not even taller than Drew Brees, and everybody knows Drew Brees, Russell Wilson. They're all short quarterbacks. Kyler is, and I'm a short guy. He's a little bit taller than me, maybe. So just hey! I didn't interrupt you, Austin. I didn't interrupt you, toilet phone. So all I'm saying is, I want Kyler to do good. I really do. However, you know, you have all these weapons around you. If they don't make accurate plays to allow you to get out the pocket, it's going to be a wash.
I'll add this real quick.
Last year he didn't have a okay year without D-Hop.
Yeah, he did. And I don't know if Marlon meant to do this, but in downing your quarterback, he named 2 Super Bowl champions to compare him to. So
that's what he did. That's what he did.
Yeah, no, both of them. Russ.
Well, yeah, but he's not. All I'm saying is for height. Okay, all right, I'll give you that. All I'm saying is height wise. Height wise. All I'm saying is you have a. Now, Drew Brees obviously has an arm. Russell Wilson's just a total package. Kyler, we know he's not there yet. Does he have the potential to get there? Yes, but it's not going to be there yet. However, you throw too many weapons, on the team. Now he's going to be forcing the ball and doing a little too much, which would go ahead.
Is a half inch shorter than your quarterback.
Tyrod. His quarterback's name is Tyrod.
Tyrod, Justin. I mean, man. Anyways,
He was a half inch shorter than your quarterback.
Did you just look that up? So I could.
No. I know Tyrod from Buffalo. But listen,
that 1 year.
You say all of this stuff, and Kyler is still better than your quarterback.
Pew pew pew. Look, he's typing. He's typing hard on that computer right now.
I'm trying to find his height.
Tyrod Taylor's height.
Tyrod is 6'1".
Kyler Murray is
5'10". So boom, you're already starting off. You're 0 for 1 with stats. Yeah.
Not 6'1".
Hey,
okay.
I call that round a tie because you said he was an inch taller than you, and that's.
Well, no, you know they give him extra inches. Pause. Pause. You know they do. Anyways, so with this NBA bubble, Austin, obviously we're Lakers fans, so I'll be honest with you, I'm very nervous about the potential.
I don't want to play Portland.
But it's looking like they control their own destiny for the most part. So they mess around and win that playing game. It's gonna be ugly because no Rondo, no Avery Bradley. I mean, I'm not.
The thing with Portland, they don't play defense.
Yeah.
So you get into a 7-game series with them. Yeah, Dame is gonna ball because it's Dame, but CJ has been battling injury, and who else? Melo's been balling. So
well, I still can't. I know 3 of their starters, and I can't name all 5 of them. So that's why they don't really worry me for the Lakers.
I would be more worried if Hood still playing. Ain't he hurt? Ain't Rodney Hood hurt?
I haven't seen Rodney Hood since he was at Duke.
I think Rodney Hood is still hurt. So like if he was still playing, I would be more like worried about it. But you never want to go into that first round where you gotta go into a 7-game series and you're just going back and beating each other up.
Well, this is why I can't take Celtics coming out the East, because if I remember correctly, they got the Sixers in the first round, right?
Yeah, but
the playoffs are set, so we can look at this now.
Is hurt.
Oh yeah, and on top of that, and Embiid is too. He didn't want to play.
He was in his ankle.
Like it's that I'm not even worried about the Sixers. Honestly, we play the Sixers. Well, not we, but if the Celtics play the Sixers, I'd be happy because that team is falling apart.
Did you just win the Celtics?
I did mainly because I'm a huge Jason Tatum fan, and it was a.
I don't care as a Laker fan.
That's blasphemous.
Hey, you don't talk to me about switching teams and changing teams and saying we and this and that. You were a Chargers fan for the longest, were you not?
Yeah, and they moved from my city.
Hey, where's your loyalty? Where's your loyalty?
In Austin's defense, he went to the Cardinals. He's not saying the Chargers' arch rivals.
I didn't mean to say we. But anyways, all right, go ahead. What else you got?
Yeah, so
I got a question for you, Austin.
What's that?
Do you think there will be a college football season?
Honestly, I don't. I just saw that the Big 12 put out their schedule for the season, but you got like the Pac-12. That's the only team it's the only conference I really care about. They canceled their season.
No bias at all.
Mountain West canceled their season. So
they have football teams.
You're gonna have a cascade of conferences canceling their season, and like y'all were talking about earlier, you can't play Alabama at home and not have your fans there.
Yeah, that's a recipe for disaster. That's when just 5 stars are playing against 2 and 3 stars. It's not a good matchup.
Nah, you don't do that. Like these teams that play in Alabama aren't going to beat Appalachian State and Michigan. Like that happens once every 50 years.
And it happens. Yeah. You're right. But even then, you're playing in front of 100,000 people. That does something. Whether it makes you the villain or whether it lifts you up.
Yeah. But even though we have Appalachian State, though, they had a bunch of 5-star recruits that couldn't get grades, so they were better than most of these other non-Power 5 conference teams.
Right.
But
speaking of non-Power 5 conference, I want to give a quick shout out, man, to my guy Brandon Harvey. Played at Villanova, won the national championship. Be hard. Yeah. And also, one of my boys, man, somebody brought up Weber State. Somebody brought up Weber State? It was in the group chat. Well, anyway.
My boy Terrell Cloud went to Weber State.
That's who I was about to shout out. My boy T Cloud. What's up, T Cloud? T Cloud and my boy from sorry, Marlon's daughter just ran in upstairs. What's my boy's name from the Drew League? You know the hooper I'm talking about. He also played at Weber State with D. Lillard.
You mentioned him.
I know. I can't think of his name right now. Never mind. But shout out to T Cloud, Mission Bay. I know he's one of y'all guys.
All right, man. Other than that, Austin, you got anything else before we wrap this episode up?
Shoot, y'all took my college question, but y'all think they're gonna finish out the MLB season?
It's if I'm just being honest, it seems like they're kind of getting over. If you see a team that gets hit with COVID for a little bit, it seems like they're somewhat like, I don't want to say snapping back, but just kind of getting back to playing and stuff. Because the Marlins, they were out
They had 16 players, which doesn't make sense.
Listen, only 9 players can play at a time. You got 16.
16.
Coaches too,
25
so
on the active roster for baseball. So you got 16 of your players with it. Like, you can't. What are you doing?
Hey man, I'm glad you brought up baseball. Shout out to Corey Thompson. I didn't know bro went to Weaver State, but shout out to Corey too. You know, Spring Valley's own.
Me and Corey grew up together, man.
But talking about baseball, the coach from the Oakland A's who was caught on tape in the handshakes after the game, Frank Nitti. There we go. But the coach who was saw giving the Nazi salute in the handshake line after getting a win.
And nothing happened to him.
Nothing happened to him.
No.
At least I haven't heard of it yet. This is a problem, bro. This is why I went so.
They need to treat him like they treated Deshaun Jackson, like they treated Nick Cannon, like they need to treat them just how they need to treat their coach, how they treat those brothers.
No, man, he needs to have even more responsibility. He's a coach.
You're a coach. You're right. But but at the very least, you need to not just acknowledge it, because acknowledging it is like, yeah, hey, it happened. But you need to reprimand this person. Fire that guy.
Exactly.
Don't let him be in the MLB for say
50
years banned from the MLB.
Hey, if anti-Semitism is so bad, which I believe it is, it has to happen, man. I went out here.
It absolutely has to happen, because you're not. First of all, he was talking about he just did a sign just because. First of all, you have to deliberately do that.
Yes.
Nobody ever is just hey, let me put up the Nazi sign. Ever.
And
that's something. That's a deliberate action.
And you got, if they went hard on Deshaun Jackson. And that's why I came on the show and defended him so hard, because in situations like this, bro, when it's the shoe is on the other foot, it gets swept under the rug. And
exactly, because you got Bradley Cooper doing all types of N-words with the hard ERs, and he got paid real money.
Yep.
You have to set the standard for these white players and coaches and everything, same way that you come down on the black players and coaches.
I was one of the ones that was just saying although it wouldn't happen, he doesn't need to get suspended. He just needs to get fired. This dude shouldn't have a job. And I think it was in our group chat, and I was like, he needs to be fired. And it was like, it's not going to happen. And this is the thing that the A's did. The A's came out so fast because it was on SportsCenter, I think Thursday or Friday morning, and I was just I posted it on my social media, but the fact that they got out on it so fast to just bring awareness to it, but I'm thinking action is going to follow and nothing happened. It's all right. Something doesn't add up. Now, if like you said, with Deshaun Jackson or somebody black came out and said something, it's, you guys are on it.
Man, listen.
Think about it. He's over here doing Nazi signs and whatnot, and all Kaepernick did was kneel in protest. So it's
which knee was worse?
You got one is really offensive to people, and one is hey, I'm bringing awareness to something.
Right.
But they decide that, this black man doing that's a problem. We can't have you disrespecting our flag, which is never about the flag. But it's not the time. He seems genuinely sorry for this. That's how it works.
Bro, I'm gonna take it a step further. Deshaun Jackson was on Twitter. This man did this on a baseball field during a Major League Baseball game.
Probably thinking no cameras was around.
With nationally televised cameras on him.
So, it doesn't even...
Nobody else has anything to watch right now but sports. and this is what he did in front of people.
Deshaun did something at home with nobody watching. You had to search to find it. He did this at work, bro. Like, he went in the office and was racist, did a racist act. Like,
what's crazy about that? So you have these people calling the cops on black people, right? And they're getting fired for doing this obviously racist thing. But he is on national TV in front of people and everybody, obviously doing this terrible racist thing, anti-Semitic thing, and he not even a slap on the wrist.
it's crazy, bro. It's crazy.
It is. It absolutely.
They bring awareness and then they call it a day. But hey, Austin. Other than that, man, you know we about to get on out of here. Marlon's been giving me some looks. I told him we'd be done 50 minutes ago, and
he wants to get 45-minute shows.
40? No, he want to get 30. He wants, but I'm trying to tell him. Hold on. I'm trying to tell him. I'm like, look, there's too much that goes on in sports for us to limit. We only record once a week, so we have a limit of 30 minutes to try to get all of these topics in. And you know, I understand we're not famous. We're not, you know, the Breakfast Club, whoever. Like, I understand that, but however, there's too much stuff that goes on, and on top of that, we have a lot of people, we have a lot of followers and we're growing. So people just want to get on and talk for a little bit, but it's 100% my fault because I thought I can get like 6-7 people in 45 minutes. But you know,
the problem is not 40. I say let's plan for a 30-minute episode because I know it'll take 45. When we plan for a 45-minute episode, it's going on an hour and 37 now. That's what I'm saying. That's all.
I was on time. Hold on, Toilet. Okay, hold on. Say that one more time.
I said, speaking
there we go.
Of the numbers.
There we go.
Number 6.
Let's go.
I'm gonna go Dr. J because listen, I'm a Laker fan. I love the Lakers. I'm not a LeBron person, so I'm gonna go Dr. J.
Okay.
36. Y'all nobody said nothing like this. I'm gonna go with Rasheed Wallace.
Oh, I thought he was 30.
Nah, he was 36. He was 36. Celtics, right?
Yeah, he was 36. I'm gonna go Sheed.
But Portland Sheed was 30.
That was the Sheed.
Okay, Sheed was 36.
Okay, you might as well pick Shaq.
No, I will not pick Shaq.
Pick Boston Shaq.
I will not pick 7. 7 is rough because I debated between Melo, Vic, and Elway. But I'm going to go Elway because Elway got the championship.
And Elway, I mean, unfortunately, Elway's Elway, even though he's in my division. Or whatever.
And unlike other quarterbacks, like, who won the championship back-to-back years like he did and then retired, like Elway actually produced those 2 years. Of course, he had Troy Davis, but he actually produced.
Right.
And then 37 is Rodney Harrison. That's not even a question.
Yeah. Hey, so
I'm glad you said that, man. You were more of a Charger fan than Marlon.
I just like Meta World Peace, man.
He said Meta World Peace.
I wouldn't give Ron Artest the best at anything. The best
the best at throwing bows.
He's the best interview. Kobe passed me the ball. Kobe passed me the ball.
All right, last question, Austin. Finals prediction. Who you got?
I don't trust Milwaukee, so I'm going to go with Boston because I don't see Kyle Allen out here playing well.
He gonna have one good game every 5-6 games. That's what he does.
No, but it's playoff time coming up, so he's not going to excel, and Kawhi's not there. And so I'm gonna go Boston.
Okay.
And I'm gonna keep my Laker fandom up. I'm gonna say the Lakers gonna make it. I knew both of them play with JR and Dion, but I'm still gonna go with the Lakers.
Austin, I tweeted this about maybe 2 years ago, and I think it was when we I think we almost got LeBron, or it was something like that. But I tweeted, I said, give it 2 to 3 years, the Lakers and the Celtics will be in the finals again. And this is the second year, and obviously, next year will be the third year. So I do think we will see the Lakers and the Celtics in the finals
this year.
Either this year or next year. LeBron got a window.
Hey, if you say it every year, it's bound to happen sooner or later.
No, I said in 2 or 3 years. Like, so either this year or next year, I think it will happen.
Nah, but I think the NBA would really want the Lakers and Celtics to be in the finals this year, especially in this weird circumstance of the season.
Well, I tell you,
want their two marquee teams to be in the finals.
I tell you guys what, if the Celtics don't make it this year, with a healthy KD coming back and a healthy Kyrie, them boys can kiss the finals goodbye. You're gonna see Milwaukee.
But even still Milwaukee.
You'll see Milwaukee if Giannis is still there against the Nets for the next 4 years, 5 years in the final.
Absolutely. But I don't think Kyrie is going to last anywhere. Like I don't trust him as like the emotional person of who Kyrie is. Like he's not somebody that's going like. Because they were interviewing with Tibbs for the Nets coaching job, right? Could you see Kyrie being coached by Tibbs?
No, but I don't think Tibbs is a good coach either. I think.
Okay, so you put Tibbs on the Nets though, and that's their coach. Like,
yeah,
first of all,
but
he's out of his star players.
I think Tibbs.
Kyrie ain't doing that.
I think Tibbs is a great guy to have second or third on your bench behind a really good offensive coach. He's not. I don't think he's a good head coach. He hasn't. What has he done?
There's a lot of good, really, really good coaches that haven't won anything, but I think he's a really good coach.
Name him.
Let me think.
Yeah, you can. He's not that good. He had.
I'm not saying he's great. I'm just saying he's a pretty good coach. That's all I'm saying.
I'm just saying.
This is just me. I prefer him over Jason Kidd. That's just me.
Why?
That's just me. That's just me.
Did you see Giannis' progression with Jason Kidd?
Bro,
that's just me, man.
I
like Thibodeau.
You pod now. Hey, nobody gonna give Jason Kidd the credit, but you see him handling the ball and bringing it coast to coast and doing all that. Giannis couldn't even catch the ball and chew gum at the same time before Jason Kidd was there.
You gotta be kidding me. He totally changed everything that Giannis is in his 3 years in Milwaukee.
That's good.
That's why Giannis was so mad that they fired him.
Yep. And that is why he probably won't stay there in free agency. But, you know.
But anyways, Austin, we appreciate you for coming on. Both up, as always. You know, you've been solid, you've been loyal.
San Diego Superchargers.
All right, man, let's see.
And y'all built y'all gentrified a neighborhood in LA. So y'all terrible. Y'all terrible.
You still in LA, right?
Hey,
Terrible.
and the Clippers is gonna get a stadium in front of Chargers.
Out of LA, out of Inglewood. So y'all are terrible. So there's that.
All right. Well, good
If
luck.
I hear you call it I would, we're gonna have problems.
I would. now I know what to do to get under your skin.
I thought the Clippers were doing that.
Oh, I think his headset.
Did you him on?
I didn't hang up on him. No, his headset went out.
Well, man.
But yeah, woo.
Say the outro. I'm going home.
I know.
Y'all might get this on YouTube on Sunday.
Yeah. All right. And I'm sending that straight to Richie too.
For Richie, because he said he gonna send me the jersey. I'm gonna have this up.
He didn't say that.
He did.
You sure?
Yeah, he said he got me. Don't hate. I'm not gonna steal one from him.
You realize this is probably the only. I don't even think he has another one because I took this one here.
No, I don't. It don't have to be the Aztecs.
Oh, he's one jersey. Yeah. I need to. That's the thing. Like, I need your plaque that you got. I'm taking that.
Maybe not. Now you can't come.
I'm gonna try to get one of Brian's jerseys if he still has any more. I'm just kidding.
Nah, I'm gonna hit Brian up. I gotta go fight Pops for it.
Anyways, yeah. So we got another guy that's coming in next week. I've been working on. I did.
Hey, I think he did, bro. I think he hung up on you, Austin. I
thought it was a headset. Hey, that's my fault, man. Hey, the headsets be dying, man. When the headset died, the whole phone cut off, man. Hey, I didn't mean to. That's my fault. But
the headset died. I didn't mean to.
Hey, the headsets when they die. But anyways,
we're clocking off, guys.
Yeah.
It's an hour over what I signed up for today. I gotta go back to work in the morning after this hour drive.
Hey, you like it or not, I'm playing this outro and you can't do nothing about it.
I bet it don't make it on YouTube.
Burn. You can hear it in my
Peace. Peace. We out. Oh, this Jersey. It's making on YouTube. What's up, bro? You know how to give it a stay.
Never judge before you love. Guilty before innocent when you the same color.
Yo, go shout out. Go look up Slim Mucho on iTunes, on wherever you get your music from. Same place you can listen to us on iPods. What is it? Spotify. You hear it, bro?
Next time,
Slim Mucho.
you want the best thing that could have ever happened.
Peace. I'm out.
Still in my stuff.
I'm out.
I'm so proud of you and all of your accomplishments.
I didn't mean that. I didn't try to do it.
Yes, you did.